Okay, here we go. It looks like this is kind of our first review of Watchmen, basically. I was just looking at WatchmenComicMovie.com, which is the best place for all the latest Watchmen movie news. And Kevin Smith apparently saw an early cut of Watchmen, and he's absolutely freaking out about it. He says it's astounding, very faithful to the comic book. I just want to read what he says here. He says, "Remember that feeling of watching Sin City on the big screen and being blown away by what a faithful translation of the source material it was, in terms of both content and visuals? Triple that, and you'll come close to watching Watchmen. Even Alan Moore might be surprised at how close the movie is to the book." Okay, he's officially got to be exaggerating, because Sin City is almost word for word from the graphic novel, and almost every frame in the graphic novel seems to have gotten into the movie in some form. To say that it's triple that, like, how? I mean, we're already aware of some minor changes they made. We know they've added a subplot involving alternative energy sources, which is kind of hinted at in the graphic novel, and they're going to kind of expand on it. And there's a couple little things like, Dan shouting in the snow and all that. And also, we know that a lot of the costumes they've changed pretty significantly. So, based on what we know now, it's like, how could it be triple as faithful to the graphic novel as Sin City was? That's pretty hard to picture. And so I guess he's just really excited right now, and he's exaggerating. That's all I can think. But Kevin Smith, I mean, I know that one of the first big pieces of Dark Knight hype, which obviously there was a lot of that, first big pieces of hype for the Dark Knight that I heard was Kevin Smith seeing an early preview of it and calling it the Godfather 2 of comic book movies. Which I think Dark Knight did turn out to be pretty much that good, in terms of just a very good film and a very faithful adaptation of some of those Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale Batman comic books, which are some of my favorite Batman comics. And I heard, so this definitely does carry some weight right here, I think, hearing Kevin Smith say that. I do think he's exaggerating. How could it be triple as faithful as Sin City? But this is something here. I mean, for the first time, I mean, when the trailer came out, there was a brief moment, then it kind of went back to reality. But I'm kind of thinking, have they really done it? He's saying Snyder has done it. They've pulled it off. They managed to take Watchmen and turn it into a movie. They've taken the unfilmable and they filmed it somehow. And so I'm even more curious, like, how? How could they possibly have done this? And, of course, we have to assume that if he saw Rough Cut recently, and based on what some of Snyder's comments, that he probably saw the 3-hour cut of the film. And Warner Brothers is saying, oh, it's going to be shorter, it's going to be shorter. And if you go to WatchmenComicMovie.com, by the way, scroll down a little bit, you can sign a petition to keep Watchmen at approximately 3-hour running time, which it absolutely deserves. This graphic novel is epic, it's groundbreaking, it needs to be 3 hours. This is not just another movie, this is Watchmen. It needs to have a 3-hour running time if you want it to come even close to doing it justice. Which I didn't even think they could come close to doing it justice. This graphic novel just couldn't see it as a movie, but Smith here is saying they've done it. So, I'm almost scared to stop being skeptical, but this is pretty awesome. Kevin Smith saying it's astounding, they've done it, it's faithful. Question is, as a standalone film, how is it? How are people who haven't read the graphic novel, how are they going to take this? What are they going to think of the movie? He doesn't really talk about that. But as far as adaptation, a lot of my worries are, I definitely feel a lot better about the movie. And just like Smith says, March can't come soon enough. I can't wait to see how the heck they managed to film the unfilmable. How have they pulled this off? I don't even see how it's possible. Just gotta wait in March and see how the heck they've done this.